Today's what we'll be training on today is shop productivity, both shop productivity and technician efficiency, using Service Connect and Tech Connect, and we'll be starting with this training session will be on using with the technician and using Tech Connect for managing time. One thing that we wanted to be able to do is make sure when we design product that all the reports, the names of the reports, everything on the screen, everything matters. And for us, we want things to be extremely simple, easy to use, and make sense. So when we are looking at managing your labor inventory, your most perishable asset, and looking at labor time management, Tech Connect and Service Connect allow you to track both shop productivity and technician efficiency. And with the reports, it accurately reflects what's going on in your shop. So we have what we call actual time. Actual time is the amount of time your technician's at the service center. Vehicle time is the time the technician's working on the vehicle. This is a total service process from picking up the keys to hanging up the keys. E-time is what we call non-income or non-revenue-producing time, called expense time. This is time not working on the vehicle. And build time is time allotted or the time sold for the service job, also called sold time. So one thing you've not been able to measure before because software has been developed but not in respect to really thinking through the process of managing your shop productivity. And what we found is the bar is moving that shop productivity bar. And what we say here in shop productivity is defined by the vehicle time divided by actual time. So what we're seeing nationwide is most service centers are 70 to 75% productive. And this is the bar we want to move. It's been really surprising to me that across the board, nationwide, your technicians are only working on the cars or the vehicles 70% of the time. So 30% of the time, they are doing other things. And they don't have control of this. The shop productivity is the shop. It's the overall shop. What's been interesting is we've been able to measure technician efficiency, and technician efficiency should be measured is the entire vehicle involvement in the vehicle service process. It's the time is tracked from picking up the keys to hanging up the keys. So we want to measure the total vehicle time of that vehicle. So it doesn't matter that he clocks in and clocks out of every job. We just want to know how much time was spent on that vehicle as compared to the build time. And so technical efficiency is build time, the time allotted divided by vehicle time. So we're looking for your text. Now, to note here, technician efficiency is based on several factors: the amount of time sold or allotted, time of the service job, the skill level, and available tools. So most techs we're looking at are 100 to 130% efficient. And I'll spend a little bit of time on that, but what I'm seeing is the importance of looking at shop productivity. The finished job date, this is really, really important in both Service Connect and Tech Connect. When a service job is marked finished, the job is marked finished in our rider, and the finished date is updated. The finished job detail reports include both closed and open invoices based on the finished job date, finished date, and the job being marked finished. One thing that's very important is, and as we walk you through the training today, is unsold service jobs. A service job should not be assigned to a technician until it's been approved. So for the service advisor, the service advisor's primary job is to manage priority per vehicle and keep the technician updated when the service job is sold. So what we do know and what we have seen in shop after shop is these software tools will increase shop productivity immediately. So with looking at that, I want to look at Tech Connect. And when we look at Tech Connect, the technician should be able to, and I'm going to go ahead and time him out for the day, but what the technician should be able to do is bring up his Tech Connect, and the technician should be able to look at the priority of the vehicles that need to be worked on today and the order that they need to be worked on. We need everyone in the service center focused on priority hours, and what priority hours are the vehicles that need to be delivered, either diagnosed or delivered today. So you may have a vehicle that's a priority 1 that needs to be diagnosed, and then it may move to a carryover after you've diagnosed it and sold multiple hours on that job, which is what we have right here with carryover. You can see that in this particular case, he hit something and he checked it out, found out it needed brakes and a strut assembly, and this is going to take, he has 5.8 hours left on this vehicle. So after it got checked out, after selling it to the customer, we're saying, well, I have cars in front of you and I have worked and communicated with the customer that I'll be delivering the vehicle tomorrow because we need to order parts. The parts aren't here yet, depending on the day. So what becomes critically important is the service advisor is fully engaged in updating priority per vehicle. The technician will not be updating priority per vehicle. So as we get into Service Connect, we will be talking about, is a waiter a 1 through 4 priority, is it expected in, on hold, or carryover, and then the workflow process. Now, as far as the technician goes, the technician can literally be trained, just as I'll be doing with this training session, in showing you that a technician can be trained to use Service Connect in less than 10 to 15 minutes. Our products are fully intuitive. The technicians absolutely love the product. They love being able to see how many hours that they need to deliver today. They need to see that they have vehicles that if they get all that priority work done, they can jump on their carryover work. They can work between vehicles without ever communicating with the front office. So what we're doing with the technician, what we're doing with the service advisor, what we're doing with the shop foreman is managing labor hours. So when the technician comes in the day or comes back from lunch, he's simply going to time in. And when he times in, we immediately move him to E-time because this is time that he's not working on the vehicle. Now, in this case, all the technician has to do is go here. He's going to start on this alignment, and he simply clicks on starting that alignment. It turns it yellow. It moved him when he timed in to just simply timing onto the job. The technicians have no problem with engaging in just simply timing in for the day and then also timing in to a vehicle. And it is not as important that the technician is clocked into every job because he may have 15 jobs. What's important is he clocks into that vehicle so you know what he's clocked into and that he marks jobs finished. So if he is finished with a job or if he's done a checkout or he's worked on a guard, then he would simply take an action and simply mark a job finished when he's finished with that job. So that simply tells the service advisor and himself which jobs are finished and which jobs need to left to be done. Now, when a technician marks a job finished, it simply marks the job finished in the finished hours, so he can see right here in finished hours how many hours he's finished based on his work in progress. It also updates your priority hours, and if he's marking job finished and carryover, your carryover hours. You can see this technician's fully loaded. He's got 6 hours, and then he's got 24 hours worth of pending. You can see he has a big job. If I went into it, we can see that he's got an engine job that he's halfway done on, or a third done on. So it becomes again, important to look at what your expectation is on cars you want to deliver today versus what we call carryover cars. Now, if I clicked on Show All for this technician, you'll see this tech is absolutely loaded up because he has all these cars that are on hold pending approvals, waiting for the customer to call them back. But we don't want technicians focused on 15 cars. We want technicians focused on the 3 to 4 to 5 cars that he needs to be focused on. And by engaging in this, the technician also at his fingertips can just simply click on reports and look at what he's finished for the day, what he's finished for the week, what he's finished in the last 2 days. And by marking the jobs finished, even though the invoices have not been closed, we can see that he's already finished 3.10 hours. We can see that he's got 2.87 of vehicle hours, time he worked on those vehicles, and right now he's at 108% efficiency based on those finished jobs. So there's going to be a big difference between looking at efficiency and then shop productivity. And so with the technician, we're tuning the focus into the vehicles he's working on and the jobs he's doing, and he's able to go into and mark the job finished, mark what he's working on, but he's also, at his click, able to look at vehicle history and everything that is recommended for this vehicle. So on one screen, the technician can see full service history of this particular car or vehicle. And when we look at history, if I simply want to know, hey, have I ever done spark plugs, all I have to do is type in spark and our spark plugs, and it shows me when I've done the last time I did spark plugs, at what mileage and what date. Now, as I go back in time, if anything I wanted to do, did I ever do brakes? I just type in brake. So the technicians have at their fingertips just real quickly what parts they used, who did the work, when's the last time they did an air filter, anything they'd want to know based on the history of that vehicle. Also, under service activity, he can instantly see. So we don't commingle declined work, saved estimates, pending estimates, and active invoices with the service history. So service history is simply all the service jobs that got done for that vehicle. So on one screen, the technician can instantly see this is a really good customer, been in 11 times. You can see all the work done. So simply by clicking on the vehicle, your technician has full access to vehicle history. By clicking on the jobs, he has the ability to update vehicle notes. This is live with your R-Writer software system, so it puts the technician's name in, the date, and timestamps. So anything that he would recommend is automatically added to the vehicle notes in Tech Connect, Service Connect, and then also in R-Writer under that vehicle and under that vehicle history, so you can instantly see any vehicle notes are just right here at everybody's fingertips. So it becomes very, very easy for you to you're looking at service requests, you're looking at labor hours, he's punched in, you're looking at history. If you move towards our digital inspection, we're going to integrate with the digital inspection. But all the tools are readily available for the technician to just simply look at his hours, mark anything that he wants to find out with that vehicle, and manage his hours. And then if, let's say, he's going to the tool truck, he's simply going to go type in he's going to the tool truck. He's going to be on idle time, and it's going to clock him off of that job and straight to E-time. And so with that, it just simply lets you track that he's not working on a car right now. He simply went to the tool truck. And as for the service advisor, you're able to look at one dashboard and see that technician, when I went to go to that dashboard, is simply not working on a car at that time. and you can see that he's gone straight to idle time. If we went to look at all his times, which we can do, you can instantly see he's on idle time and he's on the tool truck and he's timed into that tool truck right now. So it lets you see this entire process of managing the lever time. But the technician's not looking at it. The technician is simply managing the vehicles that he's working on, updating and marking jobs finished, making notes on his diagnostics, making vehicle notes, looking up history, looking at his time, and being fully engaged in when he comes back from the tool truck and let's say he's going to go and he's going to start the flush on this particular car, he's simply going to punch into the car. Now, he can't be punched into two cars at one time, or because that would double up the amount of vehicle time he has and it would throw off your time management. So what we're saying is you simply, for good time management, you're going to be timed into the vehicle, to the job, and you're simply either going to be on a vehicle or you're going to be in E-time, managing expense time. So real quickly, again, it becomes critical for your service advisors to be fully engaged in updating priority per vehicle and assigning techs to the jobs when they're done, and then also being able for the technician at his fingertips can see which parts are here and not here by clicking on the screen. You can see this in red, whereas in this case we know we have stocking parts and these parts have come in, and we know by the invoice number because the service advisor updated or your parts guy updated that I received those parts, they go green. So your technician instantly know when the part's here. So managing for shop productivity becomes very simple as the technician has the tools he needs to real quickly look at history, real quickly look at the hours, which cars he needs to work on, the processes, and all he's doing is simply timing in and marking jobs finished and updating any notes that he would have in Tech Connect.